I feel like I have a fun little video for today to kind of get caught up with you guys on which products I have been loving, trying, not loving so much, just to throw a little pizzazz on top of current favorites, because I do love to try a lot of different products and not all of them are hits. So I want to share what have been hits or misses lately. I kind of want to start off with a unpopular opinion just to start off with a bang. So first things first, that I don't love is this Rare Beauty highlighter in Exhilarate. I ended up not being the biggest fan of this, and honestly I have also tried her bronzer stick that kind of went viral, and I wasn't a fan of that either. It just kind of blended into nothing. It didn't wear good on my skin. It made it patchy. I'm like, do we actually love her products or do we just love Selena Gomez? Because I'm not gonna try anything else from her brand, honestly. Nothing really intrigues me or excites me. This looked like it was going to be the perfect shade of highlighter, and it's just giving aluminum foil vibes. That's just how I think of it in my mind when I put it on my face. It's not as like smooth, blendable, like melting into the skin and buttery, how I like my highlights now. This is very 2019 for me. Or was that 2018 when everyone wanted like super blinding highlights? I just prefer my Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glide highlighter over this. Like, I love a smooth highlight where the cheekbones just look kind of wet, and this is just a little, I don't know. I know it doesn't make sense to say aluminum foil, but it's just, I feel like I'm taping aluminum foil onto my cheekbones. I feel like since I did a flop, I should do a fave next. And I have been loving this new Jaclyn Hill blush. This is her Heat Pop Matte Powder Blush in the shade Pink Pod. I love this product. I'm not a huge fan of the like limited edition packaging. I feel like it looks kind of childish, but to each their own. This shade is so gorgeous though. There we go. I have it on today. I blended it in a little bit with my sponge, and I feel like that definitely muted it down a bit. I shouldn't have even done that so you guys could really see how it looks. I mean, you can still see it. It's just beautiful. It really lightens up the face and gives that pretty Barbie pink pop of color. Next, I kind of want to talk about my biggest disappointment of them all. It is the newly reformulated Dior Backstage foundation. I am so devastated, you guys. If you've watched my videos, I haven't done a current makeup routine in so long because it was not changing. I'm like, nope, it's not any different than last year. So I used that foundation every single day. It wore on my skin so good. It barely transferred. Like, by the end of the day, I could still make it look pretty fresh by touching up with some powder and whatnot. I cannot even explain to you guys how mad I am that I didn't know they were reformulating that. I mean, I should have known, because it does seem like they're going through and reformulating products to make them more clean. I ran out of my usual shade, went to just go pick up a refill again at Sephora. It's entirely different now. I mean, nothing about it is even remotely the same. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't have that same finish. It doesn't have the same wearing power or oil controlling power. It looked so bad on my skin. By the end of the day, I was like, damn, time to go back to point A and try to find a new favorite foundation. And you know what? Like, I don't have one right now. I mean, I will always love the Estee Lauder Double Wear because that's just a great classic foundation, but I prefer that more for like when I really need full coverage, long wear. I just didn't really ever love that one for daily use. So I went on this manhunt of trying to find foundations with very similar, if not like the same ingredients as the Backstage foundation. I found some that were really, really close, and they're flops. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. So let's talk about those. When I was searching for dupes, the number one that popped up was this Lottie London Velvet Skin Tint. I mean, even the bottle looks the same, and this has potential, but the shades do not. I mean, I honestly do not know who these would perfectly match because they're just so generic. I got the N025 medium. It's supposed to be a neutral shade. It's very warm, like heavy yellow tinted. I'm like, come on. And then I ordered it in a lighter shade here, and this is way too pale. So I'm like, come on. It didn't feel the same on the skin when I applied it anyways, but when I was trying to wear it throughout the day, I'm like, maybe it's kind of the same, but the color's throwing me off too much to even tell and compare it. Fair enough. So these are duds. And then I'm so mad that I did this, but the Soul Body that sold through ColourPop's website, they have this face and body makeup, which that was the whole like Dior Backstage foundation. It was face and body makeup, even though it was a tiny bottle. It doesn't say the ingredients on here, and I threw the boxes away, but I mean, it was really, really close. Same exact thing. The colors are just too warm, too yellowy, and I'm like, I get it, because I think with how huge these are, these were definitely more geared towards body makeup. I swatched them on my face and I was like, shoot. I'm like, I can't even return these because I didn't order them through Ulta. I did it through ColourPop because they aren't sold through Ulta, and I was like, Now I just have these massive foundations sitting here that were a total waste because the shades are just not, I don't want to put this all over my face and see if it's a dupe because the colors are just whack. So then I tossed in the towel. I went on the Dior website trying to see if they had any other foundations with those similar ingredients, and they did. It's not totally the same. I wouldn't quite say it's a favorite, but the shades are just so perfect and I love the finish of it. This is their Forever Undercover 24-hour full coverage foundation. This is also in the process of being reformulated, so I would actually be very interested in trying the reformulated version of this because, I mean, this is not transfer resistant whatsoever. It does not wear anywhere as great as the old Dior Backstage foundation did for me. It really stinks. But I do have it on my skin today. It looks great for a bit. I did end up getting it in 2 shades and I don't regret that because I really don't have any other favorite foundation at the moment. Like, this is just gonna hold me through until maybe my search can be complete, but I feel like I'm gonna be looking the rest of my life. I got 020 for when I'm not freshly self-tanned and 025 for when I am. Today I'm wearing 020 because I'm not totally freshly self-tanned. I'll get into those products in a minute. I have really enjoyed these. I've been applying them with my makeup brush, which is also a brand new favorite, so let's dive into that. Oh, I should say too, these are just more full coverage than what I was going for. I really did like with the Backstage how my natural skin would still show through, yet my oils were controlled at the same time. Like, I don't mind if people can see my pimples through my makeup. I'd rather have that instead of be like plastered and then not have perfect skin from here down. You know what I mean? Like, I like to even things out. So it's just a little much for me. Not super good with wear and oil control, but it's better than other things I have right now. So I would say it is a current favorite in progress because I'm still kind of messing with these. My new all-time favorite foundation brush is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Love is the Foundation brush, and this is in one of their limited edition batches. I love how fun and bright this floral one is. And I mean, mine is super dirty, but it is in the shape of a heart. It is so perfect. The reviews were not lying. I know a lot of people go crazy for the Love is the Foundation brushes, but I don't like the ones that have like the little glittery tube with water and the glitter like moves around when you move the brush. I'm like, am I 10 years old? I feel like this is much better because I love flowers and I'm loving pops of color right now. So I don't need the liquidy glitter, but this is fun. And then I have 2 other favorite brushes I want to talk about. The first is also from IT Cosmetics. This is their Airbrush Flawless Highlight number 140. This is such a perfect highlighter brush, you guys. Oh my goodness. And I'm pretty sure I got this for 50% off because Ulta does that here and there where all their IT Cosmetic brushes go on sale, and that's when I snatched these up. I was so excited because I was about to pay full price for this one because I've been wanting to try the Love is the Foundation brushes for so long, and then I was able to get this one on sale too. You guys, I mean, it applies highlight perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. This next brush, you guys, I picked this up during the Sephora sale and I am obsessed. I will not use anything else to apply cream or liquid bronzer. So this is the Sephora Collection 88 Pro Bronzer Brush, and it is so just, it's like luxe. It's perfect. My most favorite bronzer to apply this with is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer. So this is her cream bronzer in the shade Fair. I also got this during the Sephora sale and I have been loving it. I would definitely say it's a fave. It could be better at the same time because my oily skin, I have yet to find the perfect liquid or cream bronzer that does not make my skin more oily than it already gets. This one is very close, and that's why I'm gonna just say it's a favorite because it's almost there. It's almost just right for my skin type. I love the airbrush look that it gives. I love this shade because it's kind of like a contour shade too. And then usually I just like top it off with a warmer bronzer and it looks so good. These 2 are definitely a favorite. I would say, like, if you're gonna get this to apply it with because it's so great. Just wait until the Sephora sale in the fall. But then I couldn't just stop there. I really wanted to try the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Powder Bronzer. I got it in the shade 2 medium, and honestly, you guys, I'm in between on this one. Like, I love the way it looks on the skin, but it's just not a true neutral and it drives me nuts. Like, why do some bronzers have to be so orangey? And the Fair shade is just like barely anything. This, it's like, I get you need some orange in a bronzer to warm up the skin, but not like can it just be a little bit more tan? Because sometimes this does look orange on my skin. So I'm in the middle of the road with this one. I wouldn't say that you have to go out of your way to purchase this. I would not repurchase this. I would just go back to the Jaclyn Hill powder bronzer, which mine broke and that's why I ended up just splurging and getting this. I think I had like $10 off at Sephora with my points, so that was kind of nice. But mine was in the shade Vitamin D. I was so sad when this happened. I just feel like Jaclyn's bronzer in Vitamin D is a lot more neutral compared to this. And then following the trend of the cream bronzer and blush talk, so I have this DIBS Beauty, I totally forget what they call these, just the bronzer and blush stick. This is in 2.5. I absolutely needed to get this. I love these shades. I just wish that she made it in a different formula. So you get this super pretty, almost like bright lilac pinky shade for the blush, and then you get this perfectly neutral bronzer. My thing with this is that it just blends into almost like an oblivion and leaves such a like film on the skin. Like you have to be really careful because it will move your products underneath, because it's just super hydrating and moisturizing. I just try to like very gently apply it, and I love how it looks, but because it's so hydrating, it does not wear the best on my skin. I just try so hard to make it work because I do love these shades. I wish that there was more color payoff, like she made a matte version of it, and then I bet that would work perfect with my skin. So this is just another kind of like middle of the road. If you have dry skin or just normal skin in general, like you need this. It is so pretty. And then a liquid blush that I have absolutely loved for months now is this one that also went viral. It's the P. Louise liquid blush in the shade Legally Pink. This is the brightest pink blush I have ever owned. Like, oh my goodness. It is so intense. This is one that does not just blend into nothing. It is super pigmented. You do not need a lot of it by any means, but I just love how cute and flirty it looks on the cheeks. Like it just feels so feminine and pretty, and it wears really, really well on the skin too. You just have to be careful because I mean like the applicator is not the best scenario. So like I would just want to use up what's left on here already. So I would probably just go in with a brush first and then stipple it on my face. I've gone in with it like this where it's kind of dried on, yet kind of still liquidy, and then it leaves like a round mark on my cheek that I can't blend out good. So that's just my only little like PSA FYI warning about this. Next up, this is super random, but while we're on the topic of like beauty makeup products, oh my gosh, you guys, this Two Goats in a Metal lip balm is everything. I love it so much. So this is from Etsy. It is her organic strawberry scent, and it is just heavenly. This is actually the second summer in a row that I've purchased this because obviously it's so natural and like freshly poured into this that it does end up kind of like drying up if you don't use it all the time or if you take a break from it for too long. Oh my gosh, this scent is just amazing. I'm so obsessed with strawberry anything, and it is like the perfect texture of a lip balm ever. It's not oily, it's not waxy, it doesn't just like melt all over your lips. It's just the perfect balm consistency. So I just randomly wanted to mention that because I love it. If this is not in my purse, it's on our nightstand. And then a new concealer that just recently launched by Natasha Denona. This is her High Glam Concealer. The formula is definitely a new fave. The shade is a semi of a flop because it's just not light enough. Like I really love a bright under eye, but I will say it's perfect for when I am freshly tan because the shade of my Hourglass Vanish Concealer is like very, very light. It's what I'm wearing today and I just love it, but it's a little bit much if I'm really tan. So this is great for those moments, but it's just that's such a rare occasion that I would just love to see their neutral shades go a little bit lighter than this. So this is an N1, and honestly the component of it is really beautiful too. I really like the applicator. It's so smoothing. It does get a little bit creasy in my under eye wrinkles, but I feel like what concealer doesn't? If it says it's creaseless, I feel like they're lying. Otherwise, I mean, it's just such a beautiful finish though. I like don't even care. So this and the Hourglass Vanish are my absolute favorite. And then I have a couple underwhelming setting sprays. Let's start off with the new one from Morphe. This is their Continuous Prep and Set Mist, supercharged with ceramides and antioxidants. It sounds lovely, but it is literally like not any different than their regular setting spray, which I don't really understand. Like I thought that this would give me kind of like not totally a glow, but at least not look exactly the same as the other setting spray. So I don't really know. It's just not a need. It doesn't dramatically change the wear of my makeup or anything. So I just kind of feel like meh about this one. And then also during the Sephora sale, if you guys watched it, you saw that I picked up the one size Until Dawn mattifying waterproofing setting spray. I don't know, I feel like I fell for the hype. I'm glad that I got it in the mini size, but if I use this before powdering my face, I feel like it oxidizes my foundation and it doesn't do anything that great to prolong the wear of my makeup. I thought that I did during my friend's wedding that I stood up in January, which honestly I have been clearly really putting off doing a bridesmaid makeup tutorial because like I just don't even know how much of a hit that would be, and that would be like a lot of effort for nothing. Like as you can tell, I just don't do full glam anymore, so I don't know. I mean, if you guys are like, no, do it, I will do it. I just don't want it to be like a total waste of time, you know what I mean? We'll see. It's just kind of like on the back burner as a video idea. I mean, I swore it helped me then, that I finished off my makeup with it, but I feel like it just makes me look a little bit too matte and like suck dry when I use this. So I can't find that happy medium with this, and I would just be okay without it. Okay, oops, I totally forgot a lip product when I was talking about that lip balm. I recently picked up this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. It's their like multi-use pencil in the shade 506 Endless Cacao. Is that how you say that? Like I want to say cocoa, but that's not how it's spelled, so whatever. This is seriously the perfect shade of like a light to medium neutral brown lip liner. It's what I used on my lips today, and I've just really enjoyed this. Like it's really pretty. It's a little bit stiff and waxy. It doesn't glide on as smooth as like my ColourPop lippy pencils, which the two shades Cool BFF and Ashton will always be my go-to. Like I definitely absolutely recommend those the most, but I just thought that this was a really good addition. This is for sure a new favorite. I mean, like look at how perfectly neutral this is. I feel like you can never find a good neutral lip liner anymore. It's either pulling like a peachy or too pink or just warm in general on my lips, and that's not what I like because that's not gonna give you the like faux fillers look on your lips. So here is the shade swatched. And then I have a few eyelash and eyebrow products. Let's start with the lashes. A huge, massive flop is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I randomly picked this up when it was 50% off at Sephora, I wanna say. I don't know, Ulta was running the same sale at the same time, and I shop at both very frequently. This is like terrible. I don't know how I ever loved this mascara at a point in time. It just like flakes all over my eyes, it smudges. I mean, I look like I am depressed when I walk out of work if I wore this all throughout the day. Like it's just so runny and my eyes look so like heavy and dark after work. I mean, if you really love like the shape of this brush, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise is a complete dupe for it. If not better. It's been years since I've used that, but like hands down, I would grab that over this anytime. Well, that high-end mascara is a flop. I have two drugstore mascaras that could not be more of a favorite if we tried. First things first is a recent launch by e.l.f. This is their Lash and Roll Mascara, which is supposed to be a perfect dupe for the Benefit Roller Lash, which I've never tried. I don't feel like I'm missing out because this is so good, you guys. I don't have this on my eyes today, but I just wanted to say how great it is. Now for my lashes every day, I resorted back to my previous favorite. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This is so good, you guys. I mean, both of these are like $6 or under, or just around that in general. But this is what I have on my lashes today. I'll zoom you guys in. I mean, between this mascara and the e.l.f., it would be kind of hard to get me to purchase a high-end mascara again. For eyebrows, I purchased the Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel during the Sephora sale, and this was such a hit and a miss simultaneously all at once. But really the whole point of this eyebrow product of his is that I guess you're supposed to use it before makeup. For me, like I do my brows almost last before my eyes, but everything's on my face already. Like sometimes my eyebrows would look so good with this. Sometimes I would just apply a little too much and my eyebrows would just look like plastery. It would just cling to the makeup on my brows and just not look right. But then there'd be other times where I'm like, ooh, they look really good today. I love that product. So I don't know if I would repurchase this again or not. Like I want to because of the days that my eyebrows look really good with this, but then I don't want to because of the days where it would look bad. So I don't know. So then because of that confusion, I picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Actually, there was something in between that I will talk about in a second. That was a total flop. But this is also middle of the road because, I mean, I have it in my eyebrows today and it gives that good like brush through look that I really like and what I'm going for. But I mean, when you first open it up, it smells like chemicals. it smells like super glue mixed with paint, and it does not hold your eyebrows in place like that. So I'm like, why does it smell so strong for something that's very like soft and fluffy on the eyebrows and doesn't like totally grip and hold your brows in place very well? It's a semi-flop because I'm using it right now and I don't mind it. I just wouldn't really repurchase it. But before I picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, I tried the ColourPop brow gel in clear. It is not clear. It's literally white. It was the weirdest thing I've ever put on my eyebrows. They looked horrible that whole day. It didn't even make sense. It didn't even hold them in place good. And it was just like, the applicator was so weird. It was bizarre. I had to mention that was a total flop. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Next, let's just talk about these two random products. So I usually use the Flamingo Shave Gel. I could not recommend it enough. It smells so good. Leaves my legs in pits, and you know, in between, like very smooth. This Billy, whatever they want to call this, whipped shaving cream is so bad, you guys. I cannot even begin to describe it. I feel like I would have to use this whole bottle in one usage for it to actually like work good. So, I mean, it smells lovely. That's its only pro. So I would just recommend staying away from this Billy whipped shave cream because it does not do squat. Like, I would literally rather just shave with like my soapy water at that point from my loofah. It just seemed like a whole lot of nothing. And then another random product is the hairspray that I have been absolutely loving lately. So this is by Hot Tools. This is their Pro Artist Heat Complete Proactive Flexible Hairspray. The reason why I got this is because it has UV protection. And I color my hair this way and it fades so fast in the summertime. So I was so excited to find a hairspray that actually smells delicious and works great and has UV protection. That was the big reason why I got it in the first place. But it smells so, so good. I will say, I don't know, I feel like the nozzle is almost a little bit too tiny because I feel like it comes out in such a small stream versus like a nice cloud of hairspray. So I just hold it like really far away and put it on my hair. But it works so good. It is like a perfect flexible hairspray that actually holds stuff in place and like helps with frizzy hair and whatnot. Even though I love sitting in the sun still, I am absolutely a self-tan advocate because for me, it is so hard to get a great tan. Like, I can get as tan as my self-tanner naturally, but the thing is I burn way too easily, so I don't want to fry myself, and I would have to like religiously be tanning. It takes me so long to get to that point of a self-tanner, and then it fades like this. So what's the point for me? I would rather just self-tan once a week and wear sunscreen when I do just want to get some sun. Because it's just relaxing. I could lay in the sun all day long. But simultaneously, I'm trying to preserve the skin that I have to be in for the rest of my life. So let's start with the self-tanner first. This is my holy grail. I have repurchased this. This is the Tanologist 1 Hour Express Tan Self-Tan Mousse in Extra Dark. There are cons to this, but the pros outweigh the cons because the tan from it is so good. I will say you have to be an experienced self-tanner to use this. Even with years of experience, I mean, like the first time I used this, my wrists, my hands, and my feet were all like just a mess. They were so orange because I didn't put lotion on them. So then I started to put lotion on my wrists, my ankles, blah, blah, blah. Instead of wearing it overnight, I really like to wear it for 4 hours, which makes things very tricky. It's hard to time it just right. Like, I don't think it gets to its full potential after an hour. So also it is really sticky where you just know it's gonna transfer to whatever it touches. So it's like, it's very finicky in that way, but the color is so rich and looks closest to like if I actually naturally got tan. So that is why I love this so much. And then what I've recently added to it in the last week is their Tanologist Daily Glow Hydrating Gradual Tan Lotion in medium to dark. This stuff is so good, but it's not good enough to like be your primary self-tan for like that once a week. This is the perfect bridge to your next full-on self-tan day with this. I'm not as like fully tanned as what I would be with this because I tried to just experiment with only using this, like scrubbing off what was left of my old tan and just slapping this on, because when I use this after having this on and wanted to like oomph up my color again, it was perfect, you guys. So that's what I'm gonna just stick to using this for. I wish that I would have just used this last night, but whatever. It did not transfer onto our white sheets. I was like, is this gonna be my new favorite tanner? And then that's why I tried to just use it as my fresh self-tan, and it just didn't cut it as much as this. So this is gonna be perfect for 3 days into wearing this or so. For sunscreen, I love Sun Bum, you guys. Like, this is the best sunscreen I have used, hands down. The other day before laying out, I put on the SPF 30 Premium Moisturizing Sunscreen Lotion. And honestly, you guys, I could not reach just like one spot in my back. I had this red circle in my back where I like could not get it to. So I was like, this works amazing. And it doesn't have titanium dioxide in it. It doesn't have oxybenzone. So even though it's not from their mineral sunscreen line, it still has like decent stuff in it if you have to wear sunscreen like I do. Otherwise, I just fry. I fry until I get tan, and then the tan fades like this. So it's just pointless. But I do love being in the sun, in the water, having all the fun. And then for when I like already lathered that all on, it's been a bit, I need to reapply something. I love their spray sunscreen. I got it in 50 and I feel like it works so good. Like we were up north at the cabin that my in-laws rented and I used these. I did not burn. Neither of these are greasy whatsoever. I love the scent of it. Oh my gosh, it's my most favorite thing. So I just wanted to finish up the video with those because it is the middle of summer. So that is the end of this video. If you are new to my channel and you enjoyed my very first favorites or flops, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button down below to help my channel grow. I appreciate it so much. Thank you all tons for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye!